It's been one of those weeks. Hey everybody, welcome back to my video. If this is your first time, my name is Brittany Monique and I am here to tell you a travel story. Like my last update video I just did that I just posted on my channel, I want to give you all more travel related content and travel stories because that's the whole reason why I started this channel. This week has been such a weird week for me. I've been moody and tired, exhausted, and just really down. So I just thought, you know what? Let me wear one of my travel shirts from my online store and pour up a little bit of rum and tell you all a very funny story when me and my friend ended up spending $300 on a taxi ride in Japan. So in I believe it was 2014, I went to Japan to teach English for the first time. I was 22. Oh, I was so young. 22, I just got to Japan, and this wasn't my first time in Japan, but this was my first time working and living for an extended amount of time in Japan. So everything was so new, paying bills, buying groceries for myself, just all of these things, new experiences, right? In my area, there were also other English speaking teachers that were in the same company as me, and there was one girl in particular that was around my age. I think we were actually the same age. She was from Canada. Her name was Brianna. Hey girl, if you're watching this. She was awesome. I loved being around her. She was so progressive. She was so woke. She was always comforting. She was my drinking buddy, my eating out buddy. She was just amazing, wonderful. I hope you're doing well, Ruby. One summer day, a mutual friend of ours that works for the same company but lived in a completely different area, took an hour and a half to get to her. Australian chick, really cool. She invited us to come see these fireworks, but it was handheld fireworks. I did take some video. Hopefully I can find it so I can show you all. And it was just more like a cultural festival with just a lot of stuff going on, street food, really cool event. And so she invited us, and my friend and I were like, yeah, we'll go. And so remember, this place is about an hour and a half away from our area. I stayed in Gifu City. She stayed in Ichinomiya, which was one station away from each other, so we were really close, but our mutual friend was an hour and a half out. So we get up, we get out there, and we're having such a good time. We're eating so much. I think we even tried to get on a Ferris wheel. We did get on a Ferris wheel. I can't really remember. There were so many people, and just thinking about how many people was around, it's my mind can't fathom with the climate that we're in now, being around that many people. But it was just such a cool experience. And then the actual handheld firework demonstration was, oh my god, just mind-blowing. It looked so dangerous. Literally they're holding this cannon looking thing and just fire and sparks. Yeah, not fire, sparks. And it was just dope. So after we were done just hanging out, chilling, drinking, we were tipsy. We were feeling good. We had food in our bellies. We were tipsy, and I was we need to go home because it was getting late. And if you know anything about Japan and their public transportation, that shit stops around 12 o'clock. I noticed we were getting more and more drunk and that we needed to hurry up and just catch the last train. My friend was okay, let's try to get the train. It was 11:50. We tried running for the train, and of course, the train's gone, last train. And the other option was to stay the night at my friend's house, but we really didn't want to do that because the Japanese apartments are so small. Even just me in my own apartment felt cramped. So having 3 grown women in one apartment just wasn't a look. And I was I don't know who idea was it, because I don't want to put it on her, but I don't want to put it on me. But someone said, we could just, I can't even finish the story. Oh, we could just catch a taxi to Gifu, which is where I stayed, and she was just gonna stay the night at my place. Well, like I said in the beginning, it was an hour and a half away. You can tell I was like, we were both just young and had no idea like the amount of mileage that is for any like taxi to drive a person basically a half an hour away, and how much money it would be. Now, I took Japanese. She took a little bit of Japanese, so we had a very, very limited like amount of vocabulary and understanding of Japanese. Called our taxi and we're like, hey, we need to get to Gifu City in our broken Japanese. And he was like, Gifu City? And I was like, yeah, Gifu City, we need to go back. How much would it be? And like, I was so proud because I just like really got comfortable saying this phrase, was like, ikura desu ka? Which just translates to how much is it? And he was like, 30,000 yen. And both of us heard 30,000 yen and we're just like, yeah, that's doable. 30,000 yen is almost the equivalent of $300 US. $300. We thought we heard $30. And so we're like, yeah, this is a deal. Like, we could just split it between us. It'd be 15 for me, 15 for her. And we'd be fine. We'd be at home, we'd be, you know, in my futon, just be comfortable. Well, all right. We get in a taxi and we're driving. We're talking, we're laughing, we're drunk, we're like, ha 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 ha. We're having such a good time in Japan, 2 foreigners in Japan, oh my god, and like just talking shit, right? And then I just happen to look up and look at the meter that basically tell you how much this ride is costing. And once it got to 3,000 yen, I was like, oh no, we messed up. And I didn't have the heart to be like, stop the taxi, let us out this car, we can afford 30,000 yen. And so I just didn't say anything, and my friend was just talking, she didn't even notice. And once we got to like Gifu City, which was an hour and a half, we was in this taxi for an hour and a half, and I just looked up and I looked at that meter and it was like a little over 30,000 yen. And the guy was like, he dropped me, well, he stopped at my apartment and he's like, yeah, it's 30,000 yen. And we're both pulling out, like, I knew that I already knew that it was way more expensive than we had thought it was. And so I was like, how much? And he was like, 30,000 yen. And I was just like, and she's like, wait, 30,000? Not 3,000? I was like, no girl, we just spent 300 on a taxi ride. She's like, oh, we could have just got a hotel. Dead ass, we could have just got a hotel, which would have been like $60 at most. We looked at each other, we didn't have that amount of money in our wallet, so the guy ended up driving us to the nearest 7-Eleven by my apartment building, and we ended up taking $150 or 15,000 yen, not 15,000, yeah, 15,000 yen each, and we paid the guy, and we both looked at each other and we're just like, this was the biggest L of Japan so far. Like, trust me, there were more L's, but that was our L together. She was just like, well, I might as well just go home now. I spent all of this money, because she was just gonna stay at my place. And I was like, yeah, it don't make sense for you to stay now. So she ended up taking a taxi back to her place. I walked to my apartment and I just was thinking like, yo, I just spent $150 on a taxi ride. This whole experience today probably cost me $200, and now I can't probably go out for the next couple of weekends. You know, that young mind, you're just like, yeah, I can't go out for the next couple of weekends. Definitely made it happen still, but I was broke that month. Just so you know, my Japanese is way better now. I would never make that mistake. The moral of the story, when you go traveling to different countries or you live in a different countries, make sure you have a strong understanding of currency, because that can really mess you up, and you don't want to be in a situation that I was in where basically I had to pay this guy we split it, but $300 on a taxi ride. That made no sense. It was a learning experience, because after that I never made a mistake like that again, ever. I was studying Japanese currency, and now I can do that shit like that. Like, I know how much I'm spending every single time when I'm in Japan. I'm like, there's no way I'm ever gonna be caught taking an L like that. Alright, so if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you like travel stories, travel content, food videos, anime, animation related videos, make sure to subscribe. Brown Girls Be Traveling, make sure to check out my travel store. And I will see you all next time. Bye! Oh my god, $300?